A process as old as the earth itself. Primitive man in search for food. Buccaneers burying their ill-gotten gains. Prospectors hoping to strike it rich. Scientists seeking to discover more about our past. An infant filling a pail with grains of sand. As our civilization has become more complex, as the utilities which support our cities and towns expand, digging without knowing what lies beneath the surface is no longer child's play. Instead, it's a process with a potential for costly mistakes and fatal consequences.
3 hours? Well, can't you get her any sooner? Yeah, I know. I should have called you yesterday, but Okay, do the best you can. Gas company, electric company. Now all I gotta go is telephone company, water company, and TV cable people. Call us before you dig, they say. Sure, that's great. But that's 4 or 5 extra calls to make every time you start a job. With some of these smaller jobs, it hardly pays. Hello? 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 Hello?
Gee, I thought they buried phone cables deeper than that.
Hello? Can't even get the phone company on the phone.
Help! Get me a doctor.
Operator, my house is on fire. Operator!
I tried to call you, but the phone wouldn't work. Yeah, we know.
Could you give me a check on case 782? Yeah, that's right.
You call first, or you pay later. This repair job's going to cost plenty. Gee, it was an accident. I don't think I should have to pay for it.
We've got a legal department that says you'll pay.
This is Morgan. Well, we did it again.
No, this won't increase your rate, Mr. Morgan. We're canceling your policy.
How bad is it, Charlie?
Terrible! A filthy, soggy, smelly mess! Call our lawyer! Somebody's gonna pay for this!
I don't blame you for being upset. This is the contractor who's legally responsible. Oh, you get used to it, lady. I've been around it for 20 years.
I'm in delicate health, and if this puts me back in a hospital...
And we'll need a new washer, and a dryer, a freezer, a humidifier, and Mama's rug was ruined too, and you know that's irreplaceable. A priceless heirloom.
Read the damage claims against the defendant.
Department of Public Works, $365. Mr. and Mrs. Gerald Sykes, $250. Mr. and Mrs. Norris Merck, $175,000. I wish you would have called us.
Old Joe Clark, he had a wife, and she was 7 foot tall. She slept with her head in the kitchen and her feet out in the hall. Now I went down to old Joe's house, saw her standing in the door. Susan's socks was in her hand and her feet all over the floor.
Would you think you'd look close to those hot wires?
You know me, Tom. I can take the fur off a pussycat without scratching his hide.
Well, watch it.
Okay. Old Joe Clark, he killed a man, killed him with a knife. I am glad he killed that man, 'cause now I'll get his wife. Boy, Tom's gonna give me hell if I burn. Eddie! Old Joe Clark, he killed a man, killed a man, killed a man.
How do you know unless you check?
We gotta keep putting these services underground. But it's getting so there's no honest dirt left to dig. Gas lines, electric lines, phone cables, water pipes, sewers. Now they've got TV cables. And who knows what's next.
Sounds like gas.
Our files are loaded with cases like these. This is a serious problem for all utilities and a dangerous problem for contractors and their operators. It's getting worse every year.
What you're trying to say is I'd better check before I dig, huh?
Yes,
Trying to scare me into it, huh?
if that's what it takes.
Yeah, but they promised to be here at 9:30.
They should be there, Mr. Farnham. They left the service center over an hour ago. Are you sure you gave us the right location?
Yes, I'm sure. And I can't wait around.
Corner of 6th and Maple?
That's where I was working yesterday.
That's the address you gave us for this morning.
I did.
Yes, sir. If you'll give me the right address, I'll get them on the radio, and they'll be there as soon as they can.
Locust Street, between 18th and 19th, west side.
Locust Street, between 18th and 19th.
Right.
West side.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Farnham. We'll do the best we can.
Okay. Thanks. Oh, my gosh. But I gave the gas company the wrong address, too.
An exaggerated picture of the potential dangers that lie beneath the surface for the unwary excavator? Hardly. During the past year, utility companies reported thousands of cases of damage to underground plant. And while thankfully no lives were lost here in New England, more than $1 million were spent to repair damaged gas, electric, telephone, and cable television lines. Add to this expense the revenue lost by utilities due to disrupted service and the increased costs absorbed by contractors because of work stoppage on site, and you can see how careless excavation can become a multi-million-dollar problem. If this then is the real world, what would the ideal world be like for those who have to dig? How about a world where an excavator need only go to the nearest phone, dial a toll-free number, and have his plans for excavation automatically transferred to all member utilities having underground equipment in the area indicated? And there's more to this ideal world. As a result of this one toll-free call, Those utilities in turn would mark or stake their underground facilities so that when an excavator shows up on site, work can begin at once without costly delays or risk of property damage and personal injury. Well, such an ideal world does exist, thanks to a unique nonprofit organization called Dig Safe. Established to assist excavators in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont comply with state and federal regulations, avoid costly damage to underground facilities, and promote public safety, Dig Safe is staffed by highly trained professionals using state-of-the-art technology. When a call is received at Dig Safe, the operator will enter information about the proposed excavation into a computer system, which then notifies the member utilities that might be affected. If an underground plant does exist in the excavation area, the utility will clearly mark its location and work can proceed. The Dig Safe Center records all incoming and outgoing messages and operates Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Off-hour coverage is provided for emergencies only. To take advantage of this unique damage prevention and cost control system, call the following toll-free numbers. In Massachusetts, 1-800-322-4844. In Rhode Island, Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont, 1-800-225-4977. When it's time to dig, trench, blast, demolish, bore, backfill, grade, or landscape, think first of Dig Safe. When you do, digging will once again be child's play.